Alright, how's it going, guys? I recently noticed that there's a lot of questions about how to get your dog to sit and stay, or how to get them to not chew your fingers. So a lot of this, to me, evolves around the luring technique, which is pretty much the foundation for a lot of working dogs. When you want to get them to go grab something or stay in one place, or understand where their feet are, their proximity, leg work. So this is very important for these dogs, and it's a lot of fun for any dog actually. So notice Kai is already ready to go on a mark. This is the mark. When you find something that they can stand on to understand where their placement is, for this it's going to be the front 2 feet, and it teaches them to get on there, good boy, and then stay on there. So to start off, we're going to have to do the luring technique using treats. Now instead of grabbing like a milk bone with your tips of your fingers, they could chew on it, which I don't mind because the nails protect me, but sometimes you have some really avid biters. So what I would do is make sure you have something more malleable. In this case I'm using liver treats, using brown flour and chicken liver. It's really good, 300 degrees in the oven for 15 minutes, and you got something that's homemade, no preservatives, and highly nutritious, high in phosphorus though, so make sure your dog is okay in the kidney area. So put it here on the palm of your hand like this, so all they're really doing is eating inside your cup. Hey, come here, lower. Good boy, good boy. Lure, good boy. I don't really have to say lure, I'm just telling him because he's a little bit more advanced. So yeah, his default. So with the sit, if you're wondering how this helps out, Kai, come here. Once you have them luring, you can kind of get them to look at you and then push forward a little bit and have them to sit. And focus at your eyes. So I always point at my eyes. Because eventually you want them to have the signals with your eyes and your mouth. Yes! Good boy. Okay. But like I said, personally, I don't use the sit as a default like a lot of people do. Mine is a stand. The stand is useless because if they have them walking anywhere they want, there's no difference between standing and walking. So you lure them to a marker. For me, it's something elevated like this farm food bowl that I turn upside down. Lure to mark. Good boy. And obviously it's not going to be that easy. Sometimes I would take their paw and put it on the mark and say, yes, good boy. And start off there. Have them stay there and then start working farther and farther. Come on, let's lure. Good lure, put a mark. Stay, stay, stay close. Stay, stay, good stay. Yes, good boy. And of course that leads to you being able to throw a treat at him because he's going to stay in one place. But what's really cool after you do this is the amount of progression you can do. It's not just sitting, standing, staying, laying. Good boy. Okay, stay on mark. You can teach them to learn their back view position. Heel. Good boy. You can start pushing them and they're going to try their best to stay on the marker. So this teaches them how to pivot. Good boy. Okay. Mark. It's a great thing to do. It takes a little bit of time, but ultimately it fixes a lot of your problems when it comes to engagement. If you have a limited amount of space, all I'm using here is maybe a 10 by 10. And yeah, a lot of things can be done, guys. You don't have to just keep teaching them sit. But with the luring technique and learning how to use a mark, you're going to be able to have more tools to play and to educate. All right, thanks guys. Bye.